are not as weak as you think. You're actually much weaker, and that's a good thing. The devil lies to us, and he tells us that we're weak. And he's only right if we believe him. One of my favorite stories about Mother Teresa is when she was in India. There were a lot of poor people that she was helping, and she was not incredibly popular because she was Catholic and not Hindu. And Hindus believe in reincarnation, so they believe that if you lived a bad life, that's why you ended up poor, so they don't really help the poor very much in India. So Mother Teresa was trying to beg and get money from a man who owned a restaurant. She went up to this man and asked him for money. And the man, knowing who she was and knowing that she was Catholic and knowing what she stood for, spit in her face. Mother Teresa then calmly wiped the spit off of her face and said, "Thank you, that was for me. Now do you have anything for the poor?" And this man was so moved by her self-control that he ended up giving her money, even though he didn't support her cause in any other way. So what we can see here is that God is incredibly powerful. Mother Teresa is nothing in and of herself, and she would tell you that much. She called herself a pencil in the hand of the Lord. Mother Teresa is nothing by herself, but with Christ and with Christ in her, she can overcome even that incredible, incredible disgrace. St. John in the inspired scriptures tells us that he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. That means that if you are in a state of grace and you're humble, then Christ is dwelling within you, and Christ can overcome the entire army of hell easily. Satan is not very powerful, but he is very clever. And the way that he defeats us is by tricking us into thinking that we are weak. We are not weak if we have Christ within us. We are not weak if we are in a state of grace, frequenting the sacraments, making regular confessions, and praying. The devil is afraid of us, and we have no reason to be afraid of him, because he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. So remember that power, the power of God, the power of Christ is made perfect in weakness. In your own recognition of your own failings, you're able to ask Christ to step in and to help you and to move you and to transform you. But you first have to recognize your own weakness. So if you feel tempted, you must surrender that temptation to Jesus Christ and ask him to take care of it. And he will. He wants to. He wants to take care of your vices and get rid of them even more than you do. Jesus Christ tells us, without me, you can do nothing.